Alright people, welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are on the Man United. You can't see it or see it on your screen. We are back here. I actually want to do like a proper breakdown of the match, innit? And I want to also complain a bit because first things first, we'll just look at the lineups here. So it's Man United's basic lineup, yeah. Except instead of Lenny Yoro and De Ligt playing there, they've had Maguire and Shaw, put Maguire, Shaw, and De Ligt, which is actually worse than what was previously there. Obviously, as I said, Lenny Yoro and De Ligt. But okay. Dorgu, Fernandes, Casemiro, Mazurari, that's what they usually do. Ahmad and Buemo Sheshko. Fine. Chelsea's lineup actually had me excited. It actually had me excited from the get-go. James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Caicedo, Fernandes, Neto, Palmer, Esteval, João Pedro. And I'm making this video because I've slept, I've woken up, I've gone to church, I've prayed, and now I actually want to make this video properly. Because that last video was just me getting angry, and the more I go into it, I might even get more angry again. Because when we look at this, okay, Sanchez, we go into the facts. Sanchez gets a red card in 5 minutes. Okay, Philip Jorgensen is brought on for Esteval, but Tosin is brought on for Pedro Neto. This is where we lost the game. Right here. Apart from here, because as a Chelsea fan, when we went down one man, I was already thinking like, bro, this game's over. There's no point to this. But as soon as he took off Pedro Neto and brought on Tosin Adarabioyo, as he pronounces it, I knew the game was over. I knew the game was well and truly over because we did not need to go to 3 defenders at the back. We did not need to go to 3 defenders at the back. Fofana on a 6.3 rating is a lie. He played much better than that. Obviously, a lot of people was thinking, but he was much better than that as he was clearing up stuff and all of that. Chalobah on a 7.9 is also a lie because he was more like a 6.5 max. But that is what it is. Reece James was probably our best player on the night. João Pedro was doing his thing. Caicedo is Caicedo. Even though he was a bit shaky as well. Actually, Caicedo is Caicedo. Cucurella, that's harsh. Cucurella on the 5.7 is very, very harsh. I don't know where they've got that from, but it's very, very harsh. I don't know why Sanchez doesn't have a rating. You should give him a 0 and drop his average rating. But as soon as that sub was made, as soon as that sub was made, I knew it was done. And that's not crazy to say. Because onto the 21st minute, Cole Palmer gets an injury and Andre Santos has to come on. Andre Santos was phenomenal. Not phenomenal, because we still lost the game. But he was great. He was great. Oh, I've just seen the worst sub. I've just seen the worst sub. The game goes on. Bruno scored from a dodgy offside. Bruno has scored from a dodgy offside line. I'm going to show you 2 pictures. One was given onside and the other was given offside. And you won't believe which one was. Obviously, you will see which one was given offside and onside because it is on it. Because I didn't have time to scribble it off. But this was the offside one. I want you to look at that. Look at this line. What is even offside here? What is even offside here? Because if arm doesn't count, then the brother's onside. And secondly, the line's not on the sleeve. It's not on the end of the sleeve. If we're gonna do the offside rule, let's do it right. You get me? If we're gonna do this offside rule, let's do it right. Because if this is pushed forward to the end of the sleeve, whatever they're giving offside here is onside. But now we're going to take out the Bruno Fernandes onside. Because everything about this is off. His arm is way offside. That line is not drawn at the end of his sleeve. Because if you can contact the ball all the way up to the end of his sleeve as the line is drawn here, because if not, the line would have been drawn here. Am I crazy? If it ends there, the line would have either been drawn at his shoe or at his shoulder. The line was obviously drawn at Chaloba's foot, which is fine. But all this part was offside. I wish I had a better picture. All of this was offside. The whole sleeve was offside. And it's actually pissing me off how offside that was. Because in the grand scheme of things, we don't know how much that changes the result. Obviously, we're not 1-0 down as early as that is. We're not 1-0 down 40 minutes. Yeah? We're not 1-0 down 10 minutes after getting the red card. We could survive a bit longer. Until maybe the Casemiro's goal goes in. And would probably maybe have turned stuff around after he got his red card. We don't know whether Casemiro still gets a red card in the grand scheme of things. We don't know what happens. Probably he still gets it because Casemiro has the IQ, has room temperature IQ. Casemiro, I don't know how he's a professional. It's crazy. But this offside rule is wild to me. The offside rule needs clarification because all this is offside. The line was drawn here. The line is drawn here. All this is still offside. So I don't know. Do we deserve an apology? We're not going to get one. We're not going to get one because we're not Fulham or Brighton or Brentford or we're not even Liverpool. No, there's an agenda against Chelsea. Jose Mourinho said this. Jose Mourinho knows this. We all know this. There's always been an agenda against Chelsea. They don't like us. They're never going to like us. And that's fine. It's fine, but I want respect. Whether the agenda is there, at least treat us fairly. At least treat us like everybody else. We know you have an agenda, but at least stick to your own rules, whether you have an agenda or not. If you have an agenda, at least stick to your own rules. That's not crazy to say, is it? If you have an agenda, at least stick to your own rules. That's all I have to say. But we move. The game's done. We move on, we move on, we move on. And then the final two subs come on. And I was about to lose my head. I've already lost my head. I said I was about to lose my head. I lost my head. I lost my head because we're bringing on Tyreek George. We're bringing on Tyreek George, Wesley Fofana, when we need a goal. We're bringing on Tyreek. Are you listening to the play I've just mentioned? We're bringing on Tyreek George. I want you to look at this team. Look at our bench. We've got Yoro Hato, Alejandro Garnacho, Jamie Gittins, and Mark Guiu. These are all attackers. Forget that says midfielder. These are all attackers. All these three are attackers. We brought on Tyreek George. He was about to join Fulham in the summer. He was a proper contract submission, an earlier contract submission, submitting into the Premier League, that is, for squad registration. That's all he was away from joining Fulham. But here we are, bringing him on in the 64th minute, where we need a goal. I said this in the last game. Our last game, I'm pretty sure we did the same thing. Our last game, I'm pretty sure, was it our last game or the Brentford game? We needed a goal. We brought on Tyreek George. I think it was the Brentford game. It was, what just happened? I'm pretty sure it was the Brentford game. We needed a goal, and we're bringing on Tyreek George. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Tyreek George, I'm sorry, should not be coming on in games like this. 46 minutes. 46 minutes into the game. We needed a goal. We had two on bench. Actually, we didn't have anybody. So that's fair. But we can't be bringing on Tyreek George. In fact, what we should have done, and what should have been done, was bringing on Andre Santos. Because I'm pretty sure in that game, Fernandez was having a stinker, as he has been having this whole season. We could have brought on Tyreek George to shore up the midfield more. Not Tyreek George. Andre Santos to shore up the midfield more. And Alejandro Garnacho could have still come on to do his thing. And not for Yao Pedro. Why? Maresca's decision making is baffling me. Maresca's decision making is continuing to baffle me. Because even in this game, why is Garnacho coming on for Yao Pedro? You get what I'm trying to say? Why didn't Garnacho come on for Gittins? Facundo Benanote should have been brought off for Andre Santos, not Tyreek George. Gittins should have been brought off for Alejandro Garnacho. Cole Palmer still comes on for Wesley Fofana, or whoever he came on for. He came on the fifth, came on for Jamie Gittins. Okay, that's fine. Tyreek George does not need to step on this pitch because at that point in the game, we needed to shore up our midfield. We had Enzo who was trying to get down the pitch. Yeah, I've turned this into a Brentford review now. And Caicedo dying in the midfield. Bring on Andre Santos to support him. Maresca's decision making. Maresca doesn't trust this squad. It's another thing I'm going to say. This is a 2.5 billion squad. We spent 2.5 billion on the squad. And this is the team we have to show for it. Guys, we spent 2.5 billion. And this is what we have to show for this team. Come on. It doesn't make any sense to have spent 2.5 billion and still be needing a centre back. We knew Levi Colwill got injured and we still didn't bring in anyone. Not even a makeshift option. Go into one of these clubs, try to get an older head just to shore it up for a season or two. An older head. We need an older head in this team. The oldest player in this team, I'm pretty sure, is Tosin. And he's stinking up the place. The oldest player in this team, I'm pretty sure, is Tosin. And he's stinking up the place. I'm not going to go through the whole team and try to find the oldest player. Because I'm pretty sure it's Tosin. 27 years old. And if Sanchez is not older, Sanchez is the same age. Bozos, the two of them. The two oldest players on this team are bozos. Look at what we have to deal with, guys. Come on, 2.5 billion on the squad. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? 2.5 billion, and this is what we have to show for it. Come on. Come on. I'm getting angry as this video is going on. I don't want to shout. So I think I'm going to end this video very, very soon. I'm going to end this video very, very soon. Because this is so poor. This is so poor. Maresca doesn't trust these players. He doesn't trust Garnacho. He doesn't trust Hato. He doesn't trust Gittins. He doesn't trust Mark Guiu, who we called back from a loan at Sunderland, where he could have had bags of game time. He could have maybe had a goal in the Premier League. That's not crazy to say with how Sunderland are performing. And I think their striker just came back from injury. I'm just gonna check that. Was it Isidore? I think it's the striker. Isidore, I believe, is the striker. Sunderland. I think he bagged. Let's just check that. Isidore is their striker. I think pretty sure he just got back from injury. And if they're substituting him off in the 80th minute for where their subs, they brought on Mayenda. Are you gonna tell me Mayenda's a better player than Mark Guiu? Obviously, we don't know. Both 20 years old. Both 20. Is Guiu even 20? Come on, man. Come on. None of them really have, a history of scoring goals. Obviously, you've seen him do it. But I'm pretty sure Guiu has similar stats. Guiu has a history of scoring goals in the Conference League. It may not be anything crazy. It's something to go off. 7 matches for Barcelona, he scored 2 goals, which is decent. Bearing in mind he's only going to get bench minutes. 16 matches for Chelsea, probably a couple starts in the Conference League. He got 6 goals. He played 3 games for Sunderland and already bagged a goal. And we're here letting him just sit on the bench. Maresca doesn't trust this squad. And neither do I. Neither do any of us. Let's call a spade a spade. The squad is not good enough for our ambitions for this season. The squad is not good enough for these players' ambitions. There's good players in this squad. João Pedro, Palmer, Caicedo, Reece James, Fofana, Levi Cole is injured, Cucurella. These guys are ready to win. Enzo Fernandez is ready to win. Even though I don't think he's great, or he's not been great. These 6 players right here, 7, Levi Cole if he's back, these guys are all ready to win. Yet we are surrounding them with young players. Dustin Satpayev, we've got coming up. Kendry Pires will be joining up next season. Giovanni Quenda, more young players. Mike Penders. Guys, it's more and more young players. It's more and more young players. But when is it going to end? When is stuff going to change for Chelsea Football Club? We can't keep going this way, or else we're going to end up like Tottenham. We're going to end up like Tottenham, just be happy with, and Arsenal, just be happy with qualifying for Champions League. Just be happy with making money. Just be happy to be on the good side of stuff. Just be happy to having good conversations. Just be happy to trust the process. It's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news on a Sunday evening. Man, I have work tomorrow. But this is what it is. This is where we currently are. And I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you that, in case you didn't know already. In case you didn't know already, I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you that. Maresca overreacted on this red card. Taking off Neto. Taking off Neto was the killer. Taking off Neto was the killer for this game. Because if we had, okay, Palmer goes off. If we had Neto, João Pedro and Palmer for just the 20 minutes until Palmer has to go off due to his recurring injury. You know, his injury flaming up again. Having Neto and João Pedro, you know, linking up in their attack, pace. You know, João Pedro, you see what he was doing? He was having to do Ankara Messi. Was having to hold up the ball, start dribbling, starting to dribble. So, but there's nobody to support him. There's nobody really to support him, and Andre Santos was the only one really doing that. If Neto was on the pitch, João Pedro and Neto linking up, Neto with his pace against Luke Shaw, Maguire, Dorgu. Reece James had Dorgu on strings. Reece James alone had Dorgu suffering, struggling. Imagine Neto, you know. Imagine Reece James. Okay, imagine Reece James is there. We move Neto over to the left side, and Neto is dealing with De Ligt. Reece James is dealing with Dorgu, and João Pedro. All João Pedro has to do is, you know, just do what he was doing and find a pass to one of Neto or Reece James, or Enzo, who's also bombing up the pitch, or Andre Santos, who was helping as well, when he came on. You get what I'm trying to say? Maresca overreacted. Maresca, this was an overreaction from Maresca, and I know he will learn from this. I hope he learns from this, because this can't happen again. This can't happen again. It's not gonna happen again, because this was a freak match. Red card in 5 minutes, and the game was gone. But I'm gonna end this off here. I've said a lot. I didn't even think this video was gonna be this long, because I just wanted to bring some points that had to be made to the table. I just wanted to bring some points that had to be made to the table. And I'm expecting an apology from the PGMOL for this offside. I'm expecting an apology from the PGMOL for this offside. Draw the lines right. The sleeve is offside. In case you don't know the offside rule, get to know it. So the hand can't be offside because you can't contact the ball with it. But your sleeve here, your whole sleeve can be offside. Your whole sleeve can be offside because the ball can hit you right there, and it's not going to count as a handball. So the offside rule is, I don't even know how to say this in English terms, for whatever any part of your body that can contact the ball, if any part of your body that can contact the ball is offside, then it is an offside call. Hence, this goal is offside. Simple as. Simple as. And that's all there is to it. That simply is all there is to it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next video. Stay funky, stay fresh. Peace.